Switch game players, say goodbye to that horrible drift. Hello, welcome to Retro Core, and today we are taking a look at the QRD Steller T5 wireless Joy-Con for the Nintendo Switch. Now this is a big deal because it gets rid of the awful drift that Nintendo Switch is well known for. But what is drift? Well, drift is when things start moving on their own when you don't touch the controller, basically because Nintendo cheaped out on the analog sticks. Now this particular device uses Hall effect sensors for the analog sticks. Now Hall effect sensors are nothing new. In fact, the Dreamcast used Hall effect sensors, and that was out way before the Switch, a long time before the Switch was even considered. Now the advantage of Hall effect sensors is basically they don't drift, and that's what makes this a very nice product. But first we have to see how it feels in the hand before we see how it acts on an actual Nintendo Switch. Let's open up the box. So we'll just get a bit of a cut going here and take a look inside. What do we actually get in this box? Alright, so let's open it up. And straight away we can see we've got the controller encased in a plastic box inside. We've got some operating instructions. Now these are probably the basic standard instructions, basically telling you how to link up the controller. Let's just take a look at those. Alright, so we've got Chinese on one side, English on the other side. And yeah, it's basically just telling you all the options on the actual controller. We'll take a look at those in more detail. And here is the actual stick itself. Now I do like the way that it's been protected in packing with these little foam bits around the analog sticks. So let's take out the actual controller. Oh, in the bottom we have the actual D-pad, interesting, and a USB-C charging cable. And what's this? Another type of D-pad. Very nice. Alright. Okay, let's take a look at everything connected to the controller. So here's the actual controller itself, and as you can see, there is no D-pad on it. So that means you can actually customize between a nice rounded D-pad or the typical Nintendo Switch square type D-pad. You know what? I'm going to go with the nice rounded D-pad. And it seems, there's a little notch on there, I don't know if you can see that, where we can just clip this into place. I presume it would go this way up. Yeah, alright, and that's raised up quite a bit, but feels good, and you can hear by the clickiness that this is micro switched. Not bad at all. And the Hall effect sensors and the analog sticks, yep, feel very nice indeed. We've got our usual array of buttons, and on the back, oh look at that, we've got two different USB-C charging there, so you charge each Joy-Con separately. On the back we've got L and R triggers here, and we've got some other programmable buttons here. There are release tabs, and we've got the L and R triggers at the top. Again, all micro switched. Very nice. Now apparently when you switch this on, we should get illumination around the actual controllers. So let's power it up. Hopefully it's got some juice. And as you can see here, it is now trying to sync to the Nintendo Switch, which it's not going to do because the Switch is not plugged in. So we'll get to that later on. Now in the hand, the controller does feel quite nice. So I don't have massively big hands, but yeah, it feels pretty decent. We've got some texture on the back here. It's kind of rubberized as well, so get some nice grip on there. These triggers here are very accessible. Yeah, I'd say overall the ergonomics are pretty nice. For my hands, because they're not so big, maybe this bit is a little bit bulky maybe, but not too bad. To give you an idea, here it is next to an Xbox One controller. And yeah, it's a little bit bigger, especially on the side parts here, but overall not too bad. And again, let's test it up against a 8-bit DOE size controller. This is for 2.4G connections and also Bluetooth as well. But yeah, again, a similar size in the width factor. Alright. Now the first thing we want to do is connect these controllers up to the actual switch. Now there are two ways of doing this, but the easiest way is basically just slide them into the switch, like so. Make sure we click that down, and again on this side, and switch the switch on, and we should now be connected. Yes, there we go. Very simple. And this side as well, hopefully. Yes, we are fully connected. Very, very simple. Now we can take them out of the switch now and put them back on here and use it as a separate controller. And there we go. We've now got our switch controller back together, and as you can see, it still fully works, so no problems whatsoever. Now one thing you might be wondering how to do is change the lights. Well, let's take a look at that. So to change the lights on the analog controller, you press the T button, there's one here and one there, and hold in the actual analog stick. So first let's change the lights on this stick. So hold down the T, push in the button. As you can see, we have dimmed the light. Now we have changed it to yellow. Now it's blue. Now it's green, purple, orange, some sort of greeny bluish, blue again, and back to red. If you want the controller to do some fancy breathing light motions, well, hold down the T button and press the button in 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, it now goes into some fancy breathing type motion and changes the colors of the LEDs. And of course, we can do it on this one as well. Here we go, and that one is also off. Okay. Do the same thing again and it will switch the lights off. There we go, we've got solid, so 1, 2, 3. Breathing mode, 1, 2, 3. Lights off. Same with this one. 1, 2, 3. Lights off. Switch the lights back on. Just press T and the button there, and we're back on. And again here. Again, to change the actual light color, hold down the T button and press in the analog stick, and we will get a change in colors. There we go, I'm going for this nice purpley color here. Now around the back of the controller we have these little zigzag type buttons here, and what they do is allow you to change the power of the vibration. So pressing it once will change the power up, and then pressing it again will turn it up again, and then pressing it there will switch it off. Now we've got really strong vibration. Weaker, much weaker, off, very strong. So you can change these independently as well, which is pretty cool. And they do have 4 settings. So you've got 100%, 75%, 50% or 30% versions of vibration, or of course switch them off. Another cool option you can do is control turbo function on the controller. Hang on, let me just get rid of that. So you can actually set any of the keys on here to act as a turbo switch, which means you can just basically hold down the button and it'll keep repeating the button press. Now to set turbo is fairly simple. Basically all you do is you hold down the button that you want to be turboed while pressing the T button. So basically here we go. So for example, I want to keep scrolling that way for some reason. We'll hold down the right direction, press the T button, the controller vibrates. Now it's stuck scrolling that way. So if you see, when I try and move it back, and there you go, it's automatically scrolling that way. And I'm not doing anything. And to switch it off, we basically hold the direction and press the turbo button again, and it is now switched off. Very simple. So you can assign that to any button on the actual device. Great stuff. Another cool feature is the macro programming. Basically what that allows you to do is assign certain combinations of buttons to these 2 extra triggers here on the back. So we've got a macro 1 and 2. So for example, say you want to do a special move in a game. Well, you can program that special move to one of these buttons. So I'm going to press the M key on the back of this controller, and we'll put the input as right, left, and let's just see if it just keeps repeating that. So I'm pressing the M controller now. All 4 buttons are lit up. Right, left, let go. Now when I press this trigger here, it should do the right, left command. There you go. Did you see it? One more time. Yeah, let me show you. Ready, go. Very easy, see? It's now doing the right, left command. Very simple. And to get out of that, we just basically press the memory button again on the back. Here we go, let's press that. Okay, and it just vibrated, so that should be cancelled out. Let's just check. Yeah, it's cancelled out. Alright. So as you can see, programming it is very, very easy indeed. Now you may be wondering, what is the controller actually like to use? Well, let's take a look. This is my son's Switch, it's not mine, so don't judge because bloody Fortnite's on there. So as you can see, the responsiveness of this controller is very good. I do like these D-pads where you can switch them out. That is very nice. And look at this, it's quite easy to take it out and put in the alternative D-pad. Make sure I get it the right way around. Okay, let's stick it in. There we go. Now for me personally, I don't particularly like this design. It feels pretty hard on the fingers on the corners, so I'm going to take that out. There we go. And put in the rounded one. There we go. And just in case you're wondering, no, it doesn't fall out. As you can see, that is well and truly stuck in there. See, it's not falling out. Okay, let's just pick a character. We'll go with Toad. Vibrations coming in, nice. Alright, here we go with the analog controls. And they are very nice. Oops. I'm playing this through the camera viewfinder, by the way, so it's a little bit tricky to play. But yeah, these are nice analog controls. And because they're Hall effect sensors, they're not going to drift. Now I know there's Nintendo fans out there watching this thinking, man, you suck. Well, the reason I suck is because this is the first time I've ever played Mario Kart 8. But I am happy to say that this controller is working very, very well indeed. But what does it look like when you actually connect it up to the Switch? Well, let's take a look. So let's pause the game. There we go. And let's stick this on the actual Switch. So very easy to do. We just press in the release tab here on the back of each controller, take them out, and slide them into the actual Switch. Alright, clicked in, and this one. Here we go, we are in. And that gives us one beefy Switch right there. Alright, let's get back to the game. How do we get back to the game? Alright. Wow, that is one beefy looking Switch. Did you have a drift in Mario Kart? I can't remember. But yeah, as you can see, it works perfectly fine. No worries. So there we have it, the QRD Steller T5 controller for the Nintendo Switch. I do like this controller. I think it feels good in the hand. It's very responsive. The D-pad is good, especially for those who like to switch between the circular and the crosshair type D-pad. The buttons feel good. We've got micro switches up here. The macro programmable buttons, the fact that we can change the vibration strength. It's all good stuff. And yeah, it feels ergonomic in the hand. This connecting part is a little bit flimsy, but it's no more flimsy than the official Nintendo Switch connector that goes in the middle. you know, that one has a bit of flex to it as well, and this is pretty much on par with that. It's exactly the same. Setting it up is very, very simple indeed. Changing the programmable buttons, changing the lights, everything is very simple to do, no problems whatsoever. So I'm going to put a link in the video description down below if you're interested in this controller, and if you are, do check out the link. Until next time guys, keep on gaming, enjoy your games, and have some fun. See ya.